Was this movie as electrifying as the title would indicate? Let's find out. And by the way, yes, that pun was absolutely intended. Deal with it. Hey there guys, how are you? And welcome back to the channel. And today we are hopping back to VOD land to discuss Tesla, the newest biopic about the revolutionary inventor of the same name, starring Ethan Hawke in the title role. And Tesla is fighting an uphill battle in this movie, mostly to bring his revolutionary electrical system to fruition. And he's growing more and more frustrated by the greed of fellow inventor Thomas Edison, played here by MacLachlan. So Tesla forges his own path towards creating the innovative alternate current motor. All the while, his associate Anne Morgan, played here by Hewson, analyzes and presents his story as it unfolds, which offers a distinctly modern voice in this scientific period drama. Now, before I get any further in this review, thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you all enjoy your stay. If you guys are new here, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. Please make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video by the end as well if you enjoyed it. But here we go. Tesla. This movie was freaking weird, man. Now, before I continue, I should pause for a second and mention that this movie was also directed by Almereyda. If that name sounds familiar to you guys, it's because that's the director of the 2001 adaptation of William Shakespeare's play Hamlet, also starring Ethan Hawke, ironically enough. Now, I will say that that movie had a lot of really neat ideas in order to modernize a classic tale, but a lot of these choices either didn't really click with me or they made absolutely no sense. And I hate to say it, but Tesla is very similar in a lot of ways to that version of Hamlet. This was... I don't even know where to start, guys. Now, first off, I will praise this movie because I do admire its aspirations and the message and the themes that it's giving to the audience. Is vindication more satisfying than happiness? That's a really solid message for today and for all artists alike. But I just feel like the direction and the screenplay completely botched the delivery of this message, sadly. Now, for starters, I mentioned Hewson as Anne, who is very good in the movie. And she pretty much acts as the narrator as all the actions of Tesla's life at this point unfold. This movie turned into a documentary every single time she broke the fourth wall and told us about Tesla's life. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the documentary form, but it's also a case of when you have Ethan Hawke as Tesla in this movie writing letters, and you have voiceovers of Ethan Hawke actually relating his own thoughts within those letters. I feel like that would have been a really interesting way to narrate his thoughts. If that was the case through the whole movie, I feel like I would have liked it a lot more. I'm just noting there's some inconsistencies here. Speaking of inconsistencies, this is a film that's set in the late 1800s. And this movie, I hate to say, mild spoilers, it's got some alternative pop music written all over it. I don't know if this was a decision made to attract the casual audience or the casual viewer, but it just didn't really fit with the timeline. Now, this is another mild spoiler, but one character near the climax of this movie looks right at the audience and he sings a full version of an alternative pop song. He just sings it right there within the story, right the f*** out of nowhere. It really bugged me, to say the least. It's the same problem I had with Baz Luhrmann's Great Gatsby, which came out not too long ago. Apparently, Jay-Z's music existed back in the Roaring 20s, according to that movie. Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense, does it? Now, all these complaints I have really makes it sound like I hated this movie, and to be honest, I didn't. This movie wasn't terrible by any stretch of the imagination. Those things definitely keep it from going over the top. As I mentioned, I admire the themes and the aspirations and the message of this movie. Much like an actual inventor would, this movie is throwing so many ideas at the wall. Even if they don't necessarily stick, I really gotta commend this feature for it. One other thing I'll say is this though. Ethan Hawke freaking saves this movie. Hawke was absolutely fantastic as Tesla. Now, one thing I will commend is that he is throwing his freaking all into it. I always love seeing that. In the end, though, what it all boils down to is this. Tesla should have been a period drama. No need to modernize it with anything. I mean, this is a neat time in history. There's no need to tinker around with it. And I don't mean that in the sense of tinkering around with it at all, but like, this movie just has so many innovative ideas that it's trying to put all together within an hour and 40 minutes. And it just feels like a lot of these choices were made made for the sake of being different choices. And sometimes that just doesn't really click, no matter how aspirational that is. I'm giving Tesla a C-. Yeah, this movie's kind of underwhelming, unfortunately. I'm really bummed saying this because this movie looks like it had a lot of potential to be great, maybe one of the best movies of the entire year. And there's a lot to admire about this movie. The aspirations, just like an actual inventor, are just staggering. The performances are really, really strong throughout. And this movie is a very, very ambitious feat, but I will say that a lot of the choices, like I said, just don't click together to form something as cohesive as I wanted it to be. And with that in mind, it creates something that's kind of tonally inconsistent and kind of sloppy in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, if you guys want a fantastic movie with Tesla as a character, I'd recommend watching The Prestige instead of this. But yeah, I've got a review of that one on the channel as well. Just saying. But what did you guys think of Tesla? Have you seen it yet? Are you guys looking forward to seeing it? I would like to know all of your thoughts down in the comments section below. I am always game to talk movies and entertainment with you guys. And I want to thank you all so much for your support of the channel so far. We are on the road to 200 subscribers and beyond. If you guys are new here, just a reminder, hit that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. Make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video if you liked it as well. You guys are awesome. Seriously. Look forward to more reviews very soon, more fun content coming up. And with all that being said, back talk, commence.